Okay. I know some of y'all probably just like, man, I was just watching your freaking thing on Ash, but yeah, I'm decided to stream today just for a short bit of time. I just kind of want to mess around, show you what I've been working on. This one doesn't I don't really have any goal with this video. It's more just a live stream, just to kind of mess around while I got some free time. As you can see, this was the build that I put out. Was that a That video actually got quite a bit of views. I'm surprised how many views that video got. But yeah, this is the build that I showed y'all before, not realizing that you really don't need all of these gladiator mods necessarily. Like if you just have the 3 on your deconstructor prime, you shouldn't need these on your actual frame. So this is actually the build that I've actually upgraded to over the last month. I went back and I looked at that video that I did on Chroma, and I said this is more better more better. This is more of what you want. Now the only thing you're gonna suffer with in this build is your duration, which maybe you may want to switch a mod out, but I wanted that power strength to be 215%, so I wanted it to have high power strength. That's why I went for this build, and good efficiency, but at the cost of duration. So you know, if you want to have your cage up, your wire cage, it's not really gonna benefit you as much. You can still do it, it just won't last as long as you might like it to, because the duration is what the boy, this controller, I need a new controller so bad. Now, so the build I showed you before, I managed to do this in a matter of seconds, but now check this out. Still somewhat, wait, what melee weapon am I, oh yeah. Pretty much. I feel a little more satisfied with this build than I did the other one. And as I said before, once you ramp the damage up, and you could put the chain, you could still put the cage on, and it'll help. But yeah, when you're running sorties, or when I do run sorties, I actually did a sortie the other day with this Chroma build, and it was pretty good. It went pretty well. I didn't die at all. I never died the whole mission. I love doing that. But yeah, this is where you want to do with core. This is the direction that you want to go as far as building Chroma core. But I cannot talk today. So yeah, that was just a bit of an update on Chroma. I've never actually talked about Meza Prime, which I'm sad about because I love Meza Prime a whole lot. I'm not sure why I have dual E-core on this particular guy, but either way, when it comes to my Meza Prime, I've done a little bit of work. I actually put a forma on this thing. I hate putting formas because it kind of takes all day. It takes me too long to get the level back up, but when I do, strength 284%, that's good. But growing power, ability strength up by 25%. You know what that means? That means we're over 300% power strength on our Meza, which if you didn't know anything about Meza, you see these 2 arcane tempos? I could have went for different arcanes, but I like the speed. I love the speed that these give me when I'm busting my shots off with my pistols. I love what that does for me. So that's why I put these 2 arcane tempos on. But yeah, prime continuity, transient fortitude, intensify, streamline, narrow-minded, blind rage, fleeting expertise, and prime flow, growing power, all constituting the build you see here. Range for Meza is not important, so I would never put range on my Meza build. Efficiency could be better, but I mean, I already have these two mods on. There's not much else I could do. Duration is fine, but you mainly want power strength. Switching back around, let's take a look at the regulators. Hornet Strike, Convulsion, Pathogen Rounds, Prime Heated Charge, Lethal Torrent, Barrel Diffusion, Prime Pistol Gamut, Prime Target Cracker. This thing takes a whole lot of Forma. These regulators, I'm just letting you know now, if you plan on making your Meza build. I could have went for status chance, which I kind of regret. I think that's probably one of my regrets, is going for damage over status chance, because I easily could have put the status mods here, but I ended up going for that instead. But either way, doing corrosive and heat damage. I'm going to do the same test again. Corrupted Bombards, level 120. This analog stick is broken. Alright, now watch this. Ouch. Okay? Ouch. Ouch. Like look, I don't know how other people build their Mezas, but this is what I'm doing. And if you like doing sorties, level 100 missions, this is what you want to look for. That's pretty much what you want to look for right there in your Meza build. Moving on, let's talk Chroma for a second. Now, Chroma is a frame that, man, I've invested quite a bit into Chroma Prime. 2 Formas, that's a big deal for me, because I don't like Forma in my Warframes a lot. But growing power, 25%. You see the power strength, 350% power strength. That's easily the highest. That's the most power strength I have on like any Warframe, really. Now, obviously, the efficiency is terrible here. I need to Forma this at least one more time so I could get a little bit more streamlined in there. But for now, yeah, this efficiency is terrible. You're going to spend half of your time just trying to keep your energy up in order to maintain your armor. You know how Chroma works. Your range is 58%, which doesn't matter. Duration is high as it could possibly be with the power strength in order for the power strength to be this. Arcane Guardian is going to give us an extra 600% health. This is my go-to Chroma build right here. Now, most YouTubers I see, for some reason, they go for ice. They see something better with ice, but I've always been more of for some reason, I've always been more of a fire guy. For some reason, I just prefer fire type damage. Now they're going to try to hit me with their little attacks. You see this right here? You see how like nothing's really happening? Arcane Guardian just kicked in. Level 120. These are level 120 guys here. Not really doing too much. They're hurting me, but not that much. to speed up this process a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately you can't resist knockdowns with the build that I have. At least not to the point to stop these guys from knocking me down. That sucks. But all in all, I'd say this build, this is what you want to go for when it comes to Chroma. And if you're an Eidolon hunter, you like going to the plains of Eidolon at night and dealing with the giant guys in the plains of Eidolon, this build right here will do the job. You can survive. You might want to switch your arcanes up to deal with radiation damage. But other than that, I mean, you can survive pretty much anything with this Chroma build as it is. Now, we switch the colors over. We could switch the colors up. And I'll take a look at ice. We can look at our... Wait, do I have another ice color? There we go. Alright, ice colors. Got our ice colors here. Now, I have another build if you do prefer ice chroma. This is my burning build, but my ice build is more armor focused because, you know, ice chroma is more about armor than it is health. So if you do prefer ice chroma, this is a build you could try out. We have our adaptation. Oh yeah, that's right. I managed to get it to 300%. It's not 350, but it is 300%. So imagine how much armor. If he already has a base armor of 1,000 plus adaptation plus what's going to happen when he activates his abilities. We have our Vex armor increase 1,000%. So we're looking at about what altogether that'd be with Arcane Guardian. It's what, 2,600% armor, damage increase 846%. So you see what's happening here. Extra 400. So that's 3,000 armor thanks to the 462 extra armor from this. So you see what's going on here, right? So if we wanted to employ the same thing again, see how I'm taking damage from all these level 120 bomb bars. Your worst enemies in the void, if you ask me. So now we're gonna run out here and start fighting back. Word to the wise about this Chroma build. The duration is a lot less than the fire build. So, if you are going to go with this build, you need to be prepared to have your energy drained a lot. Because your energy will drain quite a bit. Man, I wish I could resist knockdown. That's the only issue Chroma has. Is freaking knockdown. I don't know why I'm using this stupid weapon. I could have used a different melee weapon for this and been done with it already. I don't know why I put this on here, but I did it. I lost my mercy. It's alright. Give me a second. That stupid duration. Like I said, you gotta be mindful of your duration here. Wow, look, I don't even have it activated right now. I'm still kind of taking, even without the ability active. I'm still kind of eating these hits up. So that just lets you know right there the level of armor that you're working with here. There's no freaking joke. the explosive kunai, explosive shuriken to get your energy back up, get your armor build back up. I'm just here to let you know this. I should have brought my my cravat works better with this Chroma build. Now I would say Chroma's not invincible like this, but you can survive a lot of hits. But you need high power strength and high armor. So whichever build you prefer, or sometimes I like to switch it up. Say I'll have Icechrome, I'll give him a little less armor but more power strength. I'll switch to the burning build on Icechrome and vice versa, just to try it out. And then this build specifically I use for Eidolons with high duration in order to maintain my in order to maintain my high duration on my armor. This build is if I want to go crazy with the melee, but I don't do that very often. This is my go-to. My burning, when I do missions with Chroma, it's always burning. But ice is cool too. Ice is not a bad one to have either. I just like having my health restored, as opposed to armor, which doesn't restore your health. It just gives you more armor, you know. But it's up to you. If you like one of those builds, give it a shot. What other frames do I have like a super tight build with right now? You know, some of my builds, they change over time as they change things in the game. You can't necessarily use the same mods anymore. Inaros, one of the probably the most tanky frame in the game, arguably. So when you're rocking with Inaros, which I hope you have an Inaros, if you don't, you should probably go ahead and get that from Barrel Katir. Next time he's in town, go to Barrel Katir, get the Inaros quest, and do it. Or just buy it with plat. So this is my build for Inaros. You notice I'm missing a slot. One of my slots isn't even filled with anything. It doesn't really matter. 7,000 HP. Armor 515 plus Arcane Guardian comes out to 1,000 armor. 1,000 armor and almost 8,000 health. I mean, that's really all you need to see here. Duration base, efficiency 130, range base, power strength 154. This build, you really don't, and adaptation, you don't really need anything. Just use this. Like literally, you don't need, there's not much explanation needed on this one. We're gonna bring that number down to like 5 of them. At 20 is a little much. 5 of them. Now watch this. They're going to drain my health. See me. Some dust on them. Got all my HP back. I knew it would happen eventually. Ouch. For those of you that are wondering, this is the Legion. It just has a skin on it. Anyone who still uses status builds over critical builds might want to try this build out too. Condition overload, prime pressure point, prime fury, prime reach, I run scourge for a take strike, volcanic edge, spoiled strike. This build right here is quite effective. Let me tell you, this build it's not like a super. You're not gonna get red crits with it, obviously, but the status chance being 100%, plus condition overload, prime swing speed, plus range on enemies. Got your status damage all here. Very effective. So yeah, that's just a little peek into how I'm playing Warframe these days. Fortunately, I have to cut the stream short. So I will talk to you guys later.